friendship that'll never ever end.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Basement Bookers podcast. It's me, your boy, Basement Chair, here with Rich the Riz, and this week we have the undisputed second part to the all-in prick. I was going to say pricks and predictions, picks and predictions. Spoiler alert: only picks and predictions. The only prick. His name is Phil. But that's not here nor there, but later, because he's got a match, and we're going to talk about that. But first, Rich there is, why don't you introduce yourself?
As you said, I'm Rich Cerez. I am one half of the Basement Bookers podcast, the best podcast your friends have not heard of yet. So hit the like, hit the subscribe, share, let them know, let the world know you are part of the Bookiverse.
That's right. And now we're going to put down the panhandle and start the show appropriate. That'll come back up later. So, first, we're going to talk about AEW Wrestling Presents All In, which, bruv, is the biggest arena in all of the UK, bruv.
That's right, bro.
I've heard that from the UK champion, uh, Will Ospreay, because he's changed it from the was it the United States or North American, whatever it is in New Japan. It's now the United Kingdom
Oh,
Championship.
nice.
So
I
in
was not
case you're
aware of
not
that.
following that, uh, but yes, Rich, let's move to the match parts. Here we have, as this is, I believe, this will also be on the buy-in,
Hmm.
because on the Wikipedia there's a P next to it. So
Ah,
I'm
I see.
assuming that means pre-show because the title match that Better Than You Baby is in also has a P next to it. So this is the second P, which had it been announced appropriately on time, would have been in part one of the AEW All in London Part 1 shebanga, which is like a bonanza, but a shebang in a way, but not really. So here we have the rematch. Obviously, this image is old. Obviously, Hook is not the FTW champion. If you're paying attention, I had to do this myself. So I just used an old thing from the first match and I put all in. So let's assume, use your mind here. Audio listener, you don't even have to worry about it. You already know. You already know. So for the YouTube, you especially get to use your imagination. Picture in your mind Jack Perry holding the FTW championship. Okay?
Actually, tonight
Yes.
no secret. We're recording this Saturday early afternoon. Tonight on Collision, Jack Perry is scheduled to retire the FTW Championship, even
Oh,
though
okay.
currently, as we are speaking, before Collision airs, this is listed as a singles match for the FTW Championship. So, obviously, we have no idea what is going to happen tonight on Collision because we don't want to spoil it for you. If it is pre-recorded, I have no idea. I didn't get that memo. Tony Khan, I think he messed up my email address. I don't know what's going on. Either way,
Yeah.
currently listed as a singles match of the FTW title.
Currently. And the winner of this match is probably going to be Jack Perry, maybe, because he sucks. And we need to keep him sucking. So we need to keep the heat on. So I think the appropriate thing to do here is to have Jack Perry retire the FTW championship by winning this. This will cause issues between Hook and his father.
Hmm. I don't know. I don't know if that's the direction that they want to go. One thing I can kind of confidently say, I don't think Tony Khan wants to give Hook a second loss yet. So I feel like if anything, this might end in some kind of screwy finish where we don't get a finish, or certainly not a clean finish. Um, I I don't think Jack Perry should lose either. So I feel like this is going to be like a double DQ, double count out, something like that.
Yeah, I think Jack Perry's plan is because his father is dead and Hook's father is very much alive the only thing he could do to visit the pain upon Hook is to kill the relationship between father and son. Who knows how devious Jack Perry has become, what lessons he's picked up from his former mentor, Christian Cage, who's not afraid to tell the truth the way he sees it.
Next up, we have a rather heated rivalry here. Representing the Don Callis family, we have Will Ospreay, who is what's the championship called now, Jer?
I think it's the United UK Championship or
Okay,
something
because
instead of
his
the.
Wikipedia is not updated.
Okay, because it said
So
that because he was he take from Kenny the IWGP United
yeah,
States
yeah,
or whatever.
I think that was it.
I had seen a thing that he had rebranded it, so I guess it's not official, maybe not an official thing.
Or just
But
maybe
I'm pretty
nobody
sure I
updated his
know what I
Wikipedia
saw.
yet.
I'm not crazy.
Mhm. So if you have not seen or heard, you heard it here first.
That's right.
The
Unless I made
UK
it up. No, it's real. I saw
IWGP
it.
UK champion Will Ospreay versus Chris Jericho, and it's a tough one to call. I feel like Jericho loses nothing by losing. So
He
Ospreay,
loses nothing.
mm,
He loses nothing. Yep.
all I'll do is continue the feud with Jericho and the Don Callis family.
I had to look at the image, like the bigger image, not just the image in front of me.
Hmm.
Look, I think what we have here is a clash of personalities, bruv. And Osprey, he doesn't appreciate that Chris Jericho's trying to make a name for himself off of the more famous Will Osprey. Obviously, we all know him. We've known him for years. He's been of mind. The young Chris Jericho here is definitely not going over against the veteran Will Osprey. Will Osprey, he's won championships all around the world, bruv, and don't let no one tell you nothing about that. Obviously, Chris Jericho is an old man. He's the elder statesman, and this is it. He's gonna win other things like maybe he could play Wembley with Fozzy again. Whatever. So yeah, Will Osprey wins this. The young, tough bruv, about to show some tough love to Chris Jericho, bruv.
I feel like Ospreay being able to say that he beat Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega, and Okada in a 2-month period, like he said on Dynamite this week, is the story that is going to come out of this, and that's an impressive feat.
He could also be humbled. He could also have that goal taken from him, bruv. But bruv, it only counts if you do it in Wembley, in your
Hmm.
home, or near your home, around your home, where you ran the streets, snatching coin for the local mobster so you can go and get your soup and avoid the rain that's in London or whatever all the time.
Bloody
You know,
right, bruv.
yeah, bruv, you're out there with all your friends, Oliver Twist and all them, and then you come out here and then you reach out with your hands and you say, "Please, sir, can I have some more?" Well, let me tell you something, brother. You're definitely going to win that match, bruv. You're from the streets. All right. That was the
Hmm.
point of that. Surely, what is meant to be a banger. This is for the Real World's Championship, aka CM Punk's consolation tissue, on the line versus Samoa Joe, who is the current Ring of Honor television champion. Not to be confused with the championship he holds on his waist. He's the champion. He's not the championship, just in case we all know. So CM Punk, aka the Golden Vampire, a very, very capable talker and probably a misunderstood man. So the Germans would have you believe. So, here's what I want to say about this match. Samoa Joe does not stand a chance against the ego that is inhaled to CM Punk's nose from his own farts. He is propelled by them. He is fueled by them. He is an unstoppable juggernaut with those fumes. And let me tell you something. You need not look further than to ask his friend, Ace Steel. Ace Steel, who stands guard as CM Punk sleeps in his bedroom. Ace Steel, who watches with both eyes CM Punk sleep. But that's not anything. Punk wins this because whatever, I don't care. It's fine.
Same. Uh, it's a shame what Punk has kind of become, like yeah, he's always had an ego, but I feel like now it's like a toxic ego. He's keeping people out of the arena. Like this whole show, like Tony Khan, I mean, yeah, they kind of could have used a second show, but not to do away with Dark and Dark Elevation for it. Um Make no mistake, this is Collision is the CM Punk show. That being said, I want to focus on the match now to overcome my ADD here. Um, Unfortunately, Punk's going to win. I would really rather see Samoa Joe win. But what I'm interested to see is if they finally pull the trigger on Punk going heel. I don't think they do, but it kind of looked like for a little bit when Punk was going through that feud with Ricky Starks. It looked like Punk was going to turn heel. But like obviously I think the intent was for Starks to turn heel, which is what we see happening now. But a lot of the crowd is pretty vocally anti-Punk. So I'm interested to see how they what they portray in this match. But either way, I want to see Joe win, but Punk's going to come out on top.
The
Ego and
best
all.
the best way for them to do this is just let them the fans decide what CM Punk is, where they are.
Hmm.
Because say what you want, obvious there's evidence here. You they people feel strongly about CM Punk one way or the other. Like there's not a lot of people that don't care about him. What I mean
Right.
is like, and what I said I didn't care. What I meant was like not about CM Punk or Samoa Joe, but that real world championship. I don't like when they do stuff like that because you're downplaying the world championship match that's happening that same night for the actual championship.
Right.
Like, regardless of how you feel that you weren't beaten for that, you were still suspended for being a dickhead. So that does not equate to you getting to spray paint an X on the replica you got from the shop.
Tell him when he's telling lies
Tell him. Tell me. You know what I mean? So
at
I
Basement
don't know.
Chair.
It just doesn't seem like the CM Punk thing to do. I don't know. Or maybe it is, and we just never knew this whole time, you know? But
I feel like this is the WWE Summer of Punk, but written by Punk. Like when Punk left with the WWE Championship, Vince had someone try to cash in, or just did cash in. I don't remember, whatever the case was. And Punk left with the title, and as far as the fans knew, he did not have a contract, and they should have let that go for months and then have him come back, but they only did a month because ratings and Vince panicked. It's like ratings
Yeah.
dropped, so Vince's blood pressure went up, so they had to equalize. Anyway,
Yeah.
I feel like this is what the way Punk would have played it then is how he's playing it now. He's basically he's actually booking himself when something he fantasy booked. Here's what happened. There was a match for the world title that Punk. I don't know if Punk won the match or if there was a
Well, he had the
DQ or
belt.
some kind of funky finish. Vince came out with the Money in the Bank holder and had him either cash in or try to cash in,
Okay.
and that was thwarted.
Okay, so before this goes too off the rails, which you try to remember shit. So it was 2011 in the Wayback Machine. It was here that CM Punk wrestled at Money in the Bank, retained his championship. Vince was upset. But then out came Del Rio to cash in. And Del Rio, he didn't quite cash in. And then Punk, the famous over the thing, blow a kiss to Vinnie Mac and see you later. And that's what happened then. So, yeah, this whole Summer of Punk thing, if they're going to go with this, then that means MJF beats Adam Cole in the main event for the actual championship.
Yeah.
If they're going to do this like Summer of Punk thing, it's going to be him and MJF. That's what I think. But
We'll talk about that match later.
so believe it or not, this is sometimes the art department has a little bit of fluctuations here, but at the Basement Bookers podcast, we don't run a sloppy shop. We've decided that this was a special edition, limited edition thing. Most people, they like to have full things. They're not us. So this trios match is going to be Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page, who is missing from here. But if you want to sing Hangman Adam Page, everyone, for everybody who's looking for Hangman Adam Page, missing from that photo, so just picture in your mind Hangman Adam Page at his best in his most natural state, probably. All right, so now that you're all placated, you got your Hangman Adam Page fix. It's going to be Switchblade. Is it Juice Robinson also? Is it him and
Yes.
Juice and that guy?
Yep.
So Juice Robinson, this guy, and Switchblade are gonna wrestle up against Tick. Uh, it's the Golden Lovers and Hangman, right? Golden
AKA
Hangman
the
Lovers.
Golden Elite.
No, the Golden Elite. There's no Young Bucks in here. The Young
The
Bucks are a part of the Elite, right? So wouldn't this be the Golden Loving Hangman?
Nope, it's Golden Elite according to Wikipedia.
All right. Well, if we're going by the Wikipedia, which by the way is run by the CIA, Wikipedia is run by the CIA, but you don't have to worry. Since this is wrestling, we don't have to worry about that. They don't care about stuff like that. And they know we'll find the truth. So we're gonna go with the Golden Elite on this one. I feel like this is the Golden Elite's match to lose. Um all three of them very close. They're gonna win this match against.
Bull Club Gold and Takeshita. I don't care a lot about this match. I will say Golden Elite also, and it's non-title anyway.
It's meat slapping meat, honestly.
All right, in the first ever Stadium Stampede match to feature a full arena, aka this is probably just gonna be a Falls Count Anywhere match, and I'm kind of flashing back to the 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 terrible match we had on Dynamite last week.
Texas Chainsaw.
We got best friends Orange Cassidy and Eddie Kingston, and this is Penta.
He's pent up. He's all pent up.
Right.
His brother got
Against
beat up.
versus Blackpool Combat Club, Santana and Ortiz, who just returned this week on Dynamite. Kind of surprise return, which is actually what I accidentally spoiled for myself. But this is gonna be one of those crazy matches. I think BCC, Santana and Ortiz win.
You know what? Probably right. Santana or Ortiz are going to win this match by themselves. Honestly, they don't need anybody else. They're pent up. They've got pent up aggression against Penta El Cierro Miedo and his brother, who got the brakes beat off of him. I want to show you guys something real quick. This is the look of a man who did something mean. He did something terrible just now. This is Santana Ortiz.
I like that hat.
That's a different hat, though, isn't it?
It is, but I like that
Or
hat.
are you just saying you like that hat?
No, I like the hat. I just wanted to say it in that voice.
But how much do you like that hat?
Not quite as much as Jake Hager likes the purple bucket cap, but I like
Is
that
it
hat.
because that hat won't go with your Jenko jeans and balls on chin?
Correct. It's not balls on
Okay.
chin, it's balls on my neck.
Oh, sorry. Balls on your neck.
Yeah.
The case rests. Your Honor, the defense rests. He's not on trial. He should be on trial. Oh, wait, this one too. How about this one? Moxley had a fight with Ray Phoenix, and it didn't go too good for him. And that's why what happened happened. Look at Eddie. He's like, Moxley, man, why'd you do that, man? It's either that or some little kid like spilled the fucking juice all over their snack. And he's like,
Fucking juice.
damn, now I gotta clean this shit up. Look at it. That's the look.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta clean that shit up. We've all had that, that situation. Look at them. Both of them just like say Ted Ortiz over here. Now, I've heard rumors that they just won't tag together anymore. Like, is there legitimacy to that, or is it just kayfabe stuff just to be like, oh, look at this, they're back together somehow, but they're not really together, right? Like they're there, but with other people. You know what I mean?
So yes, to the second part. The first part, I haven't heard anything. I haven't really um I haven't had my finger quite to the pulse on news as I used to.
Yeah, man. Definitely gonna hate all of this stuff. So I also pick the Blackpool Combat Club because they got those guys. So good match. Do you have anything else you want to say about it? Or
I wonder if
botch this
Carlos
shit?
Santana doesn't appreciate them just calling Mike Santana, and that's why he's Mike Santana now.
I don't know if that is. But I don't know. I mean, you could be right. I need more information and more evidence to the contrary. And since I don't have it, it might as well be true, I guess. Yeah. He's probably got lawyers, like
Yeah,
expensive lawyers
yeah.
from the
Carlos Santana.
motherland.
Yeah, Carlos Santana is just a legend. So
He's not just a legend.
I'm
You
saying
know,
he's a legend.
yeah.
He's got it like that.
Maybe he only needs one lawyer. He's so legendary. He doesn't even need a team. He's the guy just goes like, that's my client. Look at these guys. Do you know these guys? Or do you know my guy? Hey, we know your guy. And the judge will be like, order. Case dismissed. And then they're all just sad. And that's how the name change happened, Rich. That's the story.
There we go.
That's how we're sticking to that.
Unraveled.
What do you mean? Not the way you want. You do it the way I want. Here we are. All in. It's the best. It's the best mugshot. It's the best mugshot in the history of mugshots. Put it on a shirt. And he fucking did. And he fucking did.
It's ready on a shirt.
Dude, he's doing his own merch. Like, that's the way, brother. Like, you capitalize on that shit. Like
Yeah,
he,
he's hard up for cash, Donnie Trump.
bro, that's what I'm saying, dude. You gotta do what you gotta do. They got you all litigated. Speaking of litigation, that is not going to solve this. This is the House of Black versus the Acclaimed and the Scissoring Daddy Ass, which I thought he was, but he's not because he's obviously wrestling again because he left his boots in the ring. He retired from wrestling. When you leave your boots, you're done when you leave your boots. Now, why are you making a face?
Because you're saying retired quite wrong.
Oh, what did I say?
3 times you said retarded.
Oh, I thought I said retired. All right, but just take what I said there and picture in your mind that I said retired.
Was
There's
that
nothing
really
I
not
can do.
intentional?
What?
What?
So he's not retired. Okay? He's not retired.
Right.
All right, he's obviously here. He's he's the only he's out for is retribution against the House of Black. Boom. That's what you call a retrieval.
There you go. So when the last time I think it was when Billy Gunn left his boots in the ring. I noticed there was no house rule for that match.
I don't remember it. So I'm gonna go with you.
I
Said
remember I
that.
remember taking note of that and rewinding, just to like make sure I didn't miss it like earlier in the show or something. And there was no house rule announced for that. So I wonder if there will be a house rule announced for this match. Maybe it'll be again the smart thing of banning Julia Hart from ringside, or what? I don't know. Either way, I feel like I think House of Black is going to win, but the Acclaim with Billy Gunn will, despite not winning the match, they'll still stand tall to send the fans home happy.
You should send a fan home happy because if you don't, it's gonna be the House of Black because they are your nightmares. Buddy Murphy, he has an axe to grind, and he's gonna grind his married axe all over the face of those scissoring freaks, the Acclaimed, especially that disrespectful, malcontent, wannabe John Cena, Max Caster over there. That's his name, right?
Yes.
There's only one man I have more disdain for than Max Caster. And his name is Orange Cassidy.
I thought you were going to say Phil.
At least Phil has the respect to wrestle with his hands outside of his pockets. And he has been nowhere near Orange Cassidy. So that just shows he's got something going on up there. I don't think we'll ever see CM Punk wrestle Orange Cassidy. I think that's the ultimate litmus test. If Tony Khan goes to Phil, he says, "Brother, it's time for you to put over Orange Cassidy." And then where CM Punk is like, "Nah, that's going to be the true test." It's like, nah. It's going
I
to be
feel
like that
I
Bug
feel like
Bunny meme. Nope.
so I feel like Punk, not to take away from your theory here, just one tweak. I think Punk would not flat out say no without asking why first. And
Oh,
then he'll
like,
say no. He'll hear him out and then formulate a reason based on Tony Khan's reason rather than simply saying because I'm an egomaniacal asshole.
Richard Riz strikes again. He strikes again with this wisdom and factual facts. He's going to do like the philosopher. Why? And then Tony Khan's going to be like, because I fucking pay you. This is a mosaic painting. This is not a low quality image. This is actually a painting. It was done by ants and an iPad. There's no way for you to disprove that. So take that for what it's worth. And what it's worth is the Triple B Adam Cole baby versus Michael Morgan Jack James J. Friedman. And man, this is a very emotional match. This has got to be. There's too much love in here. There's too much. These guys talking about how much they love one another. I feel like it's ratcheting up the emotions. A lot of people are going to be hurt and broken by this. I feel. It looks like it's going one way, but it's going to be Roderick Strong making it look like Adam Cole is trying to do the nasty all over MJF's championship dreams and take it away from him. You know what I mean? And MJF is not going to let Adam Cole take it from him. He's just not going to. Because he said in his interview with Renee Paquette that he was going to be swelling enormously from the adulation of the fans. I'm paraphrasing, but he did say his shorts would be smaller in a way. And also said that he name dropped a bunch of names like John Cena and Ric Flair's. And he said that he would also be a giant. I don't know if there's a correlation between that and being excited about the fans, but it was said by him. So he's going to win. He's going to retain. It's going to be MJF and CM Punk. And you know what? You said the Summer of Punk 2 as written by CM Punk. It's almost September.
Mm-hmm.
So when is this summer exactly?
Well, summer ends September 21st.
There's no big shows around then, is there?
I don't know.
You know? Unless they do a title match on Collision.
Next week is All Out.
They could do it at All Out. Wait a second. All Out's next week?
Yeah, man.
What the fuck? What the fuck, Cody Khan? What the really? Are you serious?
Yeah, man. He's serious.
No, you're serious.
I'm serious. It's
All Out is next week.
All Out is next week.
Like All Out's a show, right? Like a Sunday show?
Yeah. So
Hold on.
All in August 27, 2023. All Out September 3rd, 2023.
What the fuck are you doing, dude? Isn't that like having WrestleMania and SummerSlam like a week apart for these people?
That's why some people are saying that All In, some portions of All In, are just a setup for All Out.
Fudge. It's got to be CM Punk versus MJF at All Out then.
I think it's soon. I think it's too. Let me see what's after All Out.
You can't.
Full Gear. There's no Wikipedia link for it yet.
But my problem is this: like, how long are you gonna let a giant, as you're the champion? How long are you gonna let some other jabroni walk around like he's saying he's the real champion? That just doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I like that line of thinking. I agree with that line of thinking.
Because it is an ego business, right? Like,
I feel like you need more build for MJF versus Punk.
hmm.
I feel like you don't do that on a week with with literally 1 week's worth of promotion.
I mean, there's history there already.
There is, but you capitalize, man. This is, if they do it with just a week to go, there's no, there's not enough time to build hype to draw in the people that aren't gonna already buy the pay per view. You know what I'm saying?
What the fuck, Tony? What the fuck? I hate him.
Let's
So that
see.
now,
Let's.
oh my god.
The only thing is in place for All Out at the moment are for the TNT title, Luchasaurus versus Darby, and Miro versus Powerhouse Hobbs.
All right, so this is definitely gonna be another show, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
So that means we have to do all out all in one episode.
yep. But so we have the benefit of like this. All In is being billed as the biggest wrestling event ever. Is
By
it? Is it not?
AEW,
Right. Yeah. Is it the biggest wrestling event ever? I'm not gonna like.
probably.
There's ways to measure this shit,
I think we
and
could only
I'm
go
not.
by after, right?
Yeah. Like, ah. I don't want to get too into that.
We're
So
not numbers guys, though.
right, but I can tell you. So with 11 matches at All In, that's kind of their average for their pay per views. They have a lot of matches on their pay per view. So you figure there's gonna be 8 to 12 matches at All Out also, and there's only 2 announced so far. Now, are they gonna make All Out an obvious secondary show? No, because that would be sort of disrespectful to the All Out franchise, right? To the name. All Out is really all their pay per views are big because they typically have so many matches. They did this last year also, where All Out was a week after All In, if I remember correctly. I'm probably wrong. Don't matter. Let me know at Rich Theriz. Anyway, um, just to circle back to this match and the follow up, I feel like Roddy's gonna come to ringside like an idiot. Maybe like it'll look like Cole is hurt and he's gonna be concerned. He's gonna come out, this, that, the other, yada yada. Roddy's gonna end up distracting Adam Cole. MJF gets the win. I think what they should do, because what we the fans have kind of been programmed to expect is that MJF is going to turn on Adam Cole. MJF is going to stab him in the back somehow. What if Roddy distracting Cole turns into Cole turning heel and really, fully, truly aligning with MJF? And they'll be friends as heels together. Maybe going for the tag titles again, maybe not. Maybe going for the AEW tag titles, maybe not. I don't know. I won't prick quite that far ahead, but I always liked Adam Cole as a heel. I think his best work is when he's a heel. It's like the reins are off, the chains. He's untethered. I think that's the way to go. What do you think?
I think Adam Cole as a baby face sucks. Was that too blunt?
Nope, that's good.
I think he's just a natural, and I just don't think a man that frail should be a baby face. I think he needs to be a heel, and honestly, dude, like there's just some people I don't need to see admitting that they cry like bitches, bro. Like I do that, but I'm not Adam Cole, baby. Okay?
Hmm.
I don't need to know you're a sensitive soul crying into the arms of Britt Baker, DMD at night, not sure if you're going to be able to do what you love? I'm not fucking interested in that. I'm interested in kicking ass. And that's what Adam Cole, baby, does. He gets his gang and they just put the boots to people. They don't go around telling people they love them. What are you, some kind of human being? What are you, a person? No,
Mhm.
you gotta be a heat seeking machine, man. A title winner. Someone who's just mad as hell. He's not gonna take it anymore. Or maybe you do align yourself with MJF. First thing you need to do is you need to take that North Atlantic, whatever they want to call it, North American Triangle Gate Championship that Orange Cassidy has, and just take it
International.
away from him and toss it into international waters. I mean, Orange Cassidy into international waters, not the belt. Keep the belt.
Oh, I see.
He would have to take his hands out of his pockets to swim. Actually, no, he could leave them in his pockets and do like this.
Or
Just picture him, just
do the
like
leg
this.
kicks
Yeah,
while
just like
floating.
this with the leg kicks or whatever. He could do it. He'll be like a fish boy, denim wearing fish boy. Anyway, I love Orange Cassidy. Can't you tell? I love him. You see, that's lame as shit, Adam Cole. Stop it. All right. You don't love MJF. You don't like MJF? What? You don't respect MJF? What? That's what I'm saying. That's what you need to do. You need to go out there and take your basement Jeremins and do what I say. Do what the man says right after follow the bookers.
That's the show, everybody.
Unfortunately, that is not the show, everybody, because we need to talk about two men, two real men's. I'm talking, of course, about Bray Wyatt and Terry Funk. Men's, two powerful men, right, Rich? Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt, both not here anymore, but somewhere else, depending on what you believe.
That's right. According to Cody Rhodes, two true cowboys in the best sense of the word.
Yes. We know Terry Funk. He's been sick for a while. You know, he wasn't doing too good health wise, but it's still sad. When someone that's been a part of the history, the many histories of many places, like Terry Funk. Terry Funk never wore no mouthpiece, is the legend. And Bray Wyatt, very young man, younger than me. And I thought I was the youngest man alive. And it turns out he was a younger man alive. It's like 36 years old, right?
Yes, 36.
It was I think he had heart issue, but then he got COVID and then it exacerbated the heart issue. He had a heart attack. He is survived by his wife, Jojo, and then many children. And that's like, it's really sad, These
Bray also had
kids.
Bray also had two children from a previous marriage.
Yeah, so many kids. Many kids. I'm not good at this stuff, Rich. There is. And you had just got that shirt.
I did.
You were telling me that you felt responsible, that you were raised the roof, with your exciting donation through residuals or whatever.
No, I told you I just got the shirt and you tried to pin that responsibility on me. You
I'm sorry about
suggested
that.
that the merch, whatever they call it, the merch payout,
Right.
it shocked him.
When you
You
say it back to me like that, it does sound really bad. So I think we should just take it down a notch. All right, we just put the pitchforks away.
Okay.
Because if you're trying to bury me for all time, this is the way to do it. This is how you do it. This is how you do it.
Phrasing.
But Terry Funk wouldn't have done that.
I was gonna say Terry Funk would call you an egg sucking dog,
He would call me that, but he'd
whatever that
also call
means.
you that.
Yes.
I think it's self-explanatory.
Did he just string those random words together and that was his insult du jour to
Rich
avoid like censorship strikes or whatever?
Rich Riz is not words being that way strung what this is doing right now. You see how I'm doing it?
It certainly sounds like it.
Exactly. And then I just gotta point my finger like this. And I gotta tell you, Basement Chair said that to you.
It's as if
That's
an
right.
AI is writing what you're saying.
But what if the AI is the AI? You know what I mean? Like, you're not even gonna figure that out, bro. Like, so does Bray Wyatt go into the Hall of Fame this year?
They might, simply because of how memorable everything he did was. Now, obviously, at the time that it was happening, stuff like the Firefly Funhouse and Firefly Funhouse matches, there were people that were very vocal about this isn't wrestling, and or just people like it wasn't for everyone. And nothing in wrestling is for everyone, but wrestling has something for everyone. So anyway, before I digress from your question, short answer, yes.
Yeah, probably, right?
Hmm.
Like, why not? What do you got? What do you got going for this year? Honestly,
Hmm.
like, no one's even been announced anyway. The
Right.
people want it. Um,
And honestly, I was surprised that they had Rowan there. So Eric
I,
Redbeard.
I actually
So.
wasn't. I was expecting him to be there because I feel like they're all class when it comes to stuff like that. Like,
Hmm.
they would. There was to me. I just expected him to be there, so it wasn't a surprise to me. Like, I was looking for him, and I didn't
He.
have to look hard because he was like
Nope.
right there.
It's right there.
So, but do you know who wasn't there?
Bo. Bo's with his family right now, I'm sure.
Yeah, I meant more importantly,
More important than Bo?
the tribal chief, the head of the table, was absent, and I believe he would have too much emotion in him. Because Bray Wyatt was his friend. You know what I mean? And I think we're living in a time of uncertainty. We've just lost one of our wrestling heroes, creative minds who didn't have a 100% success rate. But when he hit, it was a bullseye and it worked. And there were times where it didn't work. And that had less to do with him and more to do with older people not understanding his vision. Now, we're not here to critique. I'm just a guy talking because sometimes we forget about the separation between art and person. In regards to the Hall of Fame, more importantly, doesn't matter to Bray Wyatt because he's gone. But it's for his family, it's for his fans. So, yes, that's the answer to that question on my end. The tribal chief is human. He's allowed to cry, but we can't see him cry in these times of uncertainty. You know what I mean? We can't see that. We need the strength of the tribal chief to see us through these times. It feels like some of us, this is the end times, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel, my friends, and it's at Wembley Stadium. Head all in. But we may have already talked about that, or we're going to talk about that, but that's not right now.
We have focused a lot on Bray Wyatt. Um, the reason being,
I
I
feel
won't
like
speak.
we know a lot more.
Yeah. So I'm older than Jerry, and was not. I wasn't old enough to see Terry Funk in NWA or anything like that. I didn't watch ECW at the time that Funk was there. Really, all I saw of Terry Funk wrestling at the time was when he came into the WWF as Chainsaw Charlie. That was all I knew of Terry Funk. I might have seen him in WCW. I don't remember it though. Um, but of course, the real OGs,
Yeah, sorry, Stranglemania.
Stranglemania.
Yeah,
Terry
fucking
Funk.
Terry Funk.
Terry Funk will forever live on in Stranglemania. If you don't have Stranglemania,
Drunken. Sorry,
like anyone watching or listening to this right now, but in particular, Manny, I think you'll appreciate
Stranglemania,
Stranglemania.
brother.
Anyway,
Them Sweetenhouse boys. Glass for your fat
fat
fucking
ass.
ass. Oh
And
yeah.
now, ever since then, it's been all Sweetenhouse, Sweetenhouse, Sweetenhouse. All right.
There's a lot of swears.
There
More
are a
swears than
lot.
here.
Right.
I know Terry Funk, he's beating up Ric Flair. I know he's beating up Dusty Rhodes. He's probably beating up Dustin Rhodes. I know he's beating up Road Dogg. I know he's beating up Billy Gunn. He probably hit Triple H once.
Oh, has beaten up. I thought you meant is currently in the afterlife.
No, has beaten up.
Okay.
No, yeah, he's currently.
Because he could certainly currently be beating up Dusty Rhodes. Talk about fight forever.
Yeah.
Egg sucking dog.
No, they couldn't even get him out of the morgue. He was fighting from beyond. Like his body was just he wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
go down without a fight.
Mm-hmm.
That the industry lost a real tough guy over there. Like they never remember they thought like he'd never retire like ever.
Yeah. Like Cody said, 50 years dude was around. Where's
That's a love for wrestling right there. That stuff hurts. It hurts a lot, right, Rich? There is.
absolutely. So sorry, looking at my other screen here with the Wikipedia. Debut 1965, retired 2017. 52 years.
I've never done anything that long.
Neither
You
of us
know,
are 52 years old.
that's what I was gonna say. Imagine. That's
Being
crazy.
what? Being 52 or wrestling for 52 years?
I would love to be 52, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. Like I don't want to be right now, but I want to make it.
Oh,
Like
eventually.
like if
Yes.
you think about it, if recent events hasn't taught us anything, is that
Hmm.
tomorrow isn't guaranteed, dude.
That's
Like,
right.
you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like Rich Perez right now, currently, I'm older than Bray Wyatt would have ever gotten to me. You know what I
Sad.
mean?
Hmm.
It's terrible.
It is.
So you just you think about it, you know. I think about it sometimes. It's crazy.
Check, go to the doctor, get everything checked, because obviously Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda didn't pass from COVID. He passed from his heart condition, which was exacerbated by COVID. There was a guy that worked at my job in his 30s or 40s, running marathons all the time. He just ticket gave out. You gotta, you never know if you don't know.
Yeah, this is terrifying. This is terrifying stuff. I mean, yeah, that's why, like, I've been, like today, maybe it wasn't much, but I went out there and I streamed for like 6 hours or something. I played some games.
Mm-hmm.
Got out there, tried to get things going. The Bray Wyatt effect. You gotta take some of that spaghetti, and you gotta take your spaghetti, and you gotta throw it against the wall, and you gotta see what sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sometimes they stick, and then Mountain Dew pitch black match. But you still have all these amazing things. Like the Fiend is a fiendishly unique character. That was an interesting thing there, like going from one thing to another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just being able to just get over not so much on like your physical abilities, like a Joe Schmo six pack body guy, but like a more like in your mind with like the performance and the art of the wrestling. His earlier work with the Wyatt family. You see, it's a little bit different than Fiend work, and
Mm-hmm.
later on, it's a little bit different. It's a little more nuanced. It's a different type of storytelling. If you really pay close attention, if you're looking, if you're really looking and you're seeing what he's doing. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? I feel like the apex was the eater of worlds. And then John Cena happened, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? And then he comes back. Firefly Funhouse gets John Cena back for what happens to him, and John Cena's hair has not been the same since. So you see cursed objects, be they puppet or playhouse, Bray Wyatt playhouse, red shirt, no shirt, whatever, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace to brother Bray Wyatt.
I feel like it takes, it really takes someone with the mind of a true artist to reinvent themselves as drastically different every time the way Bray Wyatt did. Like each character was so different. I kind of wish we mocked the burning of the Fiend and the way that it was presented to us, but I was very interested to see where that was going to go. And then Bray took his leave of absence after Brody's passing, came back with this new I'm going to talk to the fans thing that he was doing, and Bo Howdy, and we obviously aren't going to see the end of that either, the way that was supposed to play out. So,
I was just thinking, man, like, where do you go after burning a man? Like, aren't you just ashes? Like, how does that work?
I think, I wonder if part of the point of it was to make him actually get him closer to the Hollywood horror movie type villain character, you know?
What
It's
if
like,
what if
no,
he
he is not
told
stoppable.
us? What if he told us it was all in our minds? I would believe him. I would
Hmm.
believe him if we were just like, dude, it was all in your mind. You're in on it.
Hmm.
Oh shit, it was all in our mind.
I
It didn't
feel
really happen.
I feel like when you say when you first came out with the your line of wrestling can be anything, I feel like it comes directly from that.
So, are you trying to tell me that the death of Bray Wyatt signifies the death of wrestling can be anything? Did he take
No,
it with him?
no, but he took his mind with him, and as you know,
I think that
two
makes me more sad.
two big recent passings, Bray and Dusty. Dusty isn't all that recent, but it's recent enough to stick in my mind as two wonderful minds for the business that we lost. As we all know, Dusty was the head of creative at NXT and mentored and shaped Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, Roman Reigns, and pretty much everyone except Cody. Uh, in his own way. And Bray still being at having an active career, he wasn't yet at the stage of come over here. Let me tell you what I think you should do, where I think your strengths are, what you could do out there. That was kind of Dusty. Dusty was at the stage of his career that he was when he passed. Dusty was at the stage of teaching and training, and he was amazing at it.
Yeah, let's stay on brand here. Let's stay here with Bray Wyatt here.
Right.
Okay. In regards to Bray Wyatt, this is the part that because I want to say this. Now we're not going to get the documentary. We can't get the question. There's questions. I have all these questions, and he's taking his secrets with him to the grave. It's like a Houdini, like a magician taking his secrets with him to the grave.
Hmm.
Like that's nuts. We won't know like what was the what was the plan? What was the plan? Because there had to have been a plan, right? Like what was the plan for all of these things? And then, the planner, the master planner, he's gone. He's
Hmm.
gone from this dimension and we'll never know the secrets that the wise man knows. We weren't able to extract it from him before he took it with him.
If he wrote stuff down, if he kept a journal, be it physical or digital, if that ever gets released,
He
I'm
would keep
on
a
it.
journal. There's no way this guy doesn't have a journal.
Hmm.
It's a matter of like whoever finds the journal, like like he probably has instructions in the journal.
Or she. I mean, probably with JoJo.
I mean, like he would have instructions in his own journal.
Oh
Like
yeah. Oh,
that's what I'm
certainly.
saying. Like, yeah. So maybe. Oh my God! What if there's a treasure map? No, there's no treasure map. He wouldn't leave a treasure map. Like he would leave it for like Braun Strowman.
What would the map lead to?
I think it would lead to like strengthening your friendships. Because I figure if it was Eric Rowan and Braun Strowman had to go on a road trip, they had to follow the clues left by their friend Bray Wyatt, and they come closer together, and they
Hmm.
remember all the great things Bray Wyatt and them used to do together because they're friends. They're all friends.
Hmm.
A lot of people reached out and their little tweets over there on the X.com. Your Becky Lynch's, your Big E's, your Seth Rollinses, your Baron Corbinses, all these people around the world. Uh, some actress person,
Oh, Vanessa
Kane.
Hudgens. Hmm.
Yeah, Kane, the big red machine.
Hmm.
That's how you know you did good. You got a lot of people who care, that you're not there. That's something. All them fireflies, man.
Like you said, tomorrow's not guaranteed, so tell your people you love them.
That's right, because the match of life is scheduled for one fall. So you should make it count.
And you should do what the man says.
Oh, was I doing it now?
You can. Because we don't know when the segment's going to air.
Well, that's right. Follow the bookers.